Right, you see this guy here? This guy is the most sarcastic guy you'll ever know. And his word is gold. That means that when it comes to talking about stuff like this and you're thinking, well, it's a 50-50, is he telling the truth or not? Well, I am, generally. Well, this guy is going to be definitely telling the truth because this is not going to be, he's not going to get to keep this bag and he doesn't really care. But you want this review to be unbiased as much as possible. Now, first thing I'm going to say is that this looks like, well, leave it in the comments and you can kind of tell me yourself. But James is going to explain this bag and its full features and why you should buy it if you're a potential buyer for this sort of bag, or maybe why you shouldn't. Take it away, James.
We have here today the Manfrotto Manhattan Changer 20 three-way shoulder bag with a long name. Right, so the first thing I'm going to talk about, something I really have to get off my chest, is the cons. Because just from the offset, there is not a lot that I like the look of this bag. It just, for a start, whose idea was it to come up with this shape? It just does not work well for me at all. It looks like the zip is far more, there's too much zip for the bag that there is. I don't really understand why. There's probably a good reason, but I can't see it. And generally, I don't know, it just looks so... Now, I suppose you could say that this is a rather rugged looking bag. It's got this, nasty sort of texture. It's going to be, I suppose it's a bit of a hardier material. It's probably scratch resistant. It's probably very good for, it's rain resistant. That's probably what its function is, but I don't like how it looks. It's not appealing to me. I don't like the look of it. And what's worse are these monstrosities. These handles are so cheap and tacky looking, I don't like them at all. They just look like, for a bag of approximately about £100, you want something that looks a little bit more about like the money that you've spent, and these just do not really ring with me. I mean, they are adjustable. Let's have a look at the adjustments. There you go. I mean, I keep saying and that's upsetting. I'm going to have to open it all the way because I'm a big bloke. And right, okay, so we've got these cheap, nasty looking straps, and I think, after this has been put out all the way. I can just sort of get that on there, but... Right, so it's not the best looking bag, nasty sort of looking straps, but there's more, I'm afraid. Right, so on top of the lovely, lovely straps, we've got another bit of tack that I don't like the look of. On this belt sort of harness here, it's just... it doesn't scream quality to me. I feel like a man. Right, okay, so yeah, no, this makes me feel like an absolute man, Right, it's just, oh no, it's not comfortable. There's nothing about that. There's nothing about these straps that are comfortable or nice. But why be content with one pair of nasty straps? We've got, I believe it's in the name as a three-way bag sort of strap. So let's have a look. We've got in another compartment. I suppose that's quite a nice thing about it. It's got a lot of compartments, got a lot of space. Right, here we go. So we've got a nice little man bag sort of thing going on there. Now, I don't really want to bring this out now because I wanted to talk about this at another point, but I'll try and find a way to put the two together. Inside the bag, we have another bag. It thinks it's a Russian doll. We've got a nice little Manfrotto camera bag with the lovely emblem. If you hadn't forgotten who it was by, you won't forget. It's impossible. It's all over the place. It's there. We've got it on the front when you buy it. It's all over the place on zips and little belt buckles everywhere. But that's fantastic. But it doesn't feel nice. It doesn't look nice. It's not. It just feels tacky and I don't like it. But here is the third strap. I'll pull that off. And we've got a camera bag that you can put in your... They've helpfully put a little graphic in the camera bag just so that we know that is what their idea of what you can put in there is. I mean, do you need so much card? Whatever. Right. So they're talking about flexi dividers. And there is a divider in there, and it should be easier than this to get out. In fact, if you wanted to get this out, I'm struggling. It's supposed to be easy. I think it's supposed to be easy. I'm not finding it that easy. Right, so inside, get all these dividers out. You've got a bit of a space there for your for whatever you really choose, I suppose. I think these flexi folders, these flexi pads are just... I personally find these flexi folders a pain in the arse. They're always much more trouble than they're worth, and if you take them out like this, you're never going to get them back in the way that you found them. I'm going to struggle so much. The Velcro sticks to everything, so at least you know the Velcro works, but you know, when you're in the middle of a busy shoot, when you want to just get on and do what you're there to do, this is not the kind of thing you want to faff around with. I don't think it's going to be ideal for putting anything particularly heavy, anything particularly valuable in there. I don't think, I mean personally, I wouldn't store, it's not great as a lens case. It just feels quite basic. For someone who's starting in photography, yeah, I suppose it's a fairly solid buy. It's quite versatile. It doesn't look fantastic, but you know, I mean, okay, I'm going to keep changing my mind because it's, you know, there's some good things about it, but there's some things that I just can't really get over. So, I mean, versatility-wise, here's the third part of your three-way bag, your three-way shoulder strap thing. Do you know what? I'm just going to tear that off. Don't need it. No, my poor fingers are too weak for that. This looks far better than the other straps on it. These look like they should be additions, not hidden away in the bag as part of, I don't know what, as part of, but it's a detachable strap, which is quite nice. You can attach it to, oh God, you can't even attach it to this. See, I'm trying to be nice, Manfrotto, but every time I try, it's just something else comes up. I would imagine, I was going to say that there would be a lot of versatility. You could quite easily get two bags in one, but this one, if anything, is more like a wine cooler or something. Why is it like this? I don't know. The straps, the zips are, they're fabric, and they're going to get damp and wet and dirty, which when you look at the rest of the bag and you can feel the fabric, and you know that it's a more water resistant type of kit. They let it down with these nasty zips. Like, you put that down on anything wet and it's just going to soak through. Oh, get rid of it, out of my sight. Okay, so on the front we have a bit of a leaflet. As leaflets go, it's a bit sort of, you know, it's not bad, it does the job. So in the menu, you've got the various specs that are, you know, the various items that are compatible with the bag, which is always nice to have. It gives you some external dimensions, some internal dimensions. Yeah, it's got some nice sort of ideas. It shows you what you've got in the bag. You know what to expect. You've got you can see some of the functions of it. So we know that this can take a tripod. On the outside, you're looking at a height 44 centimeters by 35 centimeters by 14 centimeters. So it's a reasonable size bag. I suppose a really experienced sort of camera person isn't going to be using this as their bag of choice. I would probably say that a bag of this size, you're really looking for people looking to experiment, maybe more amateur sort of filmmakers. So it's got this nice sort of rugged, it looks bad, but it has got a nice sort of, it's got a more rugged feel, more outdoorsy feel. I can't get over the straps, I can't get over the straps, I can't get over the straps. Anyway. So, additional to all of your straps and stuff, we've got a nice little rain cover there. Look at that later. So we've got all these zips on the bag. We've got compartment after compartment. There is just something for everything. Here is in here. You've got your nice little. This one's quite nice actually. It feels not too bad. Matches with the rest of the bag. You've got your nice Manfrotto logo on there. That is there to go into the buckles here. So we've got yeah, space for a little bit of tripod action going in there. After a bit of tinkering, you'll find that this goes in quite nicely. So there you go, that is the function of that. Nice little tripod holder. And you'll find a good thing about this bag, something that I can actually say that I do like, finally, is that we've got a lot to work with here. There's a lot of little bits like this that have a lot of use. So if you want something that you can get the most out of, this is a pretty decent bag. It does a lot. Doesn't look great, does a lot. We've got compartments in there, and it's okay. So it's going back to our handy little manual. There's a lot of stuff that you can fit in there. You can fit some cameras in there. You can fit your camera gear in there. It's got space for a compact DSLR. It's great to put. It's good to travel with. You can use this on the airplane, you can stick this in the hand luggage. It's got on the back here, you have got a nice little space here which you use to you know, put your arm through. No, this is for the handheld bit on your shopping trolley, not your shopping trolley, but it's another way that you can carry the bag. And inside there is quite a lot to work with. Again, this is where I'm starting to enjoy it. You've got a lot of space in here. You've got space here for, let's go bring out some goodies. So you're supposed to be able to fit your cables in. It's got room for your tablet, your computer. You can put all your SD cards and all that sort of carry on, your batteries. There's a lot of space for everything, and it fits it in quite nicely. So that's your sort of average size computer. Fits in quite nicely there. So it's got space there. You've got another panel in there. So really you're looking at a nice organised space in there. Anyway, you can fit it all in there. We've got some nice headphones in there. Let's have a look. Let's chuck them in. Yeah, it can just about fit. It was falling over earlier, but that's fine. No, it's I don't know, there's something about the bag that's just a bit, it just doesn't want to stay up. So I would keep this flat down. If anything, if you're going to store it, just be safe and keep it flat down. Don't put it down like your rucksack. But yeah, more space in there. So really you've got sort of plenty of space in there for all of your doodads. Nice versatile piece of kit. Right. So in conclusion, I'll probably score out of 10. I feel like a good score out of 10 would sort of help with this, I think. I'd probably give it about 7 out of 10. Nice, fairly decent score. The only thing that hold it back for me are its really ugly looking features, but functionally what you've got is a very nice, very versatile piece of kit that you can do almost whatever you want with. There's space for all sorts there. We've managed to fit in a computer, we've fit in a tablet, we've got cables, headphones, we've got SD cards, we've got all that sort of stuff, and it's all nice and easy. You know where everything is, you know that it's going to stay in there. But there are a few things that let it down for me. So it doesn't look great. Some of the features don't make much sense, and this is quite upsetting. But it's not secure. There's no. On a bag like this, on a camera case, what I would like to see is handled zip, so I can lock up my valuables, so I know it's going to be okay. It's not here, so that is why I'm saying potentially, if you're an amateur, if you're just starting out, if you don't really know what you're looking to do, then this bag is ideal for you. So for those of you who are starting out in photography, I would definitely recommend this bag. It's a nice, versatile piece of kit, and really at the end of the day, how it looks isn't as important as how much it can achieve. And I think you'll be able to achieve quite a lot with this bag. Some shortcomings, bad design ideas, like this sort of thing. It's not as secure as I think it really should be, but overall, yeah, it's a nice versatile bag for £100, which is quite a cheap side of the market. That is a fraction of the price of what you should be spending on a professional piece of equipment, and for a fraction of the price you can get something that you will be able to get a lot of use out of. If you decide to start with photography, you've got your space for cameras. If you want to use it for anything else, you've got space for your laptops, your pads, your whatever, and it's a good, solid bag. So, that's the end of the review. Overall, 7 out of 10, not a bad score. I think I would recommend this to you newcomers. Obviously, we have got videos like this one every single day coming out, so if you like what you saw here, be sure to like, subscribe, do all that sort of YouTube stuff, press the bell for notifications. You know how YouTube works, you don't need me to tell you. If you want to see me, though, if you want to see more of me, if you want to see more of these fantastic videos, if I do say so myself, be sure to click that like button, and I will see you later.